Are you ready? Yeah, I saw the next act and he's excited as all hell. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Tom Sibley!
Hello! Kristen, Schaal, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I always request to follow the juggler. I'd like to remind the audience what actual talent is before I come out here and just vaguely complain humorously at best. Like, oh. You guys are all like thinking about juggling right now, aren't you? I gotta blow past that. So I'll just jump right into it. I heard my neighbor describe what I look like to a UPS driver. I don't know if any of you have ever heard someone describe what you look like when they don't know that you can hear them, but it sucks. I think you can tell by looking at me like I think I look pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like I belong on a motorcycle reading a book. Non-fiction. But this is how my neighbor described to a UPS guy what I look like. This was his description. He went, "Oh yeah, Tom. He lives on the second floor, tall, white guy, kind of muppety." Just as every grown man wants to be described. Tall, dark, and muppety. I saw him there that day. He was like, "Hey, Tom, how you doing?" I just looked at him. I went, "Not muppety." And I walked away like this. To do my variety show in my room. Matt Braunohler did a story about an old man at the gym. I have one and I really want to tell it. Can I tell it? All right. I was at the gym the other day, was putting my stuff in a locker, and a very old man came up to me, and he was wearing a hat, a backpack, a t-shirt, no pants or underwear, just entirely bottomless, just wing-dang-dingly doing around, and flip-flops. And he came up to me and he said this. He went, "Hey, I'm a little turned around. Where's the exit?" And I was just like, "Oh, no. It's not time to go yet." I mean, you could leave, but it'd be like an incident. Like people would have to get involved. So I just went, "Check for your wallet." And he looked down, he went, "Aw, crap," and he walked away. But it was the aw, crap. Clearly this wasn't his first pantsless rodeo. You know what I mean? It was like he forgot his keys. Just like, "Aw, crap, blah, blah, blah." I'd love to see him at Chipotle, same thing. Just like, "Burrito bowl, please." "Ah, crap." "Brown rice, black beans, and no box extras." I was at Chipotle the other day, and this real millennial little guy was in front of me, and they told him that they were preparing the guacamole, and it would be 10 minutes. And this was his response to that. He went, "Oh, 10 minutes? I'm gonna kill myself." And everyone over 30 in that Chipotle just went, "You should kill yourself." I hope you do. And I hope you film it and put it online. And it's like a thing on CNN. I was at the Apple store the other day, and there was this woman in there with a big dog. And in the middle of the Apple store, the dog just took a crap right on the floor. And I didn't know I could be so proud of a dog in my life. I felt like I just watched my son like score the big touchdown at the big game. You know what I mean? He just took a crap. And I love it because like people at the Apple store, everyone that works there is just so like, cheapest one we have is like $3,000. But the dog just looks around and is just like, "I gotta take a crap. This seems like a good as place as any. Let's do it." How many gigs on the big phone? I've been trying to be more polite lately, just in my everyday life. And the more polite I try to be, the more I end up sounding like a serial killer. Every fucking time, just every time. I was at a birthday party the other night at a really nice house. It was just a really nice house, so I wanted to thank the host. So I went up to the host. I went up to the host and I went, "Thank you for having me inside your home." Ugh. Inside? I may as well have just been like, "I memorized the floor plans. I know their weaknesses. You'll see me again soon. You won't be expecting it. It'll be late." I got some dating advice for the fellas. Hey, fellas, want some dating advice? Yeah! Alright, here you go. If you're out on a date with a girl and she tells you she lives alone, don't repeat that information back to her. Here's what I mean by that. You go, "Hey, do you have any roommates?" She goes, "No, I live alone." Don't go, "Oh, you live alone?" Because it just sounds like you're saying, planning your murder just got a whole lot easier. Any pets that bark? It's tough. It's tough out there in the dating scene. I asked a girl for her phone number the other night, and she told me she didn't have a phone. Which really hurt my feelings. Because she was holding her phone. And I was just like, "Well, what's that?" And she goes, "Do you really want to do this?" I'm like, "No, I guess not." That's really mean. You get that? Oh, yeah, I feel bad for me. Dating's especially hard. I'm sober. I don't drink or do any drugs like that, and makes life a lot different. There's certain things you can't do once you get sober. One of those things, karaoke. It's done. It's over. And if you can do karaoke sober, you're probably like a really annoying person. Or someone that needs a lot of attention. Someone that'll make it about them. Here's another thing you can't do once you get sober. Dirty talk. In the bedroom, dirty talk, it's over. It's done. And if you can do dirty talk sober, guess what? You're gross. You're a really gross person. You can, like, in the morning, set down a cup of coffee and be like, "All right, I like to see what's going on in those pants." This is how I learned that you can't do dirty talk sober. First time out with a lady, when I wasn't drunk or anything, first time sober sex. That's what I'm trying to get at there. All right. She wanted to talk dirty. That's her right as a woman, absolutely. So she goes, "Call me a slut." And I was like, yeah. Now in my head I was like, "Bud, you can do this, you got this, you ever do this before, you can do it again." I was like, yeah. "You're such a slut. What, have you been sleeping with a lot of guys?" Is there anything worse than some idiot rocking on top of you like, "Do you consider yourself promiscuous? When's the last time you were tested? Is this part of a bigger conversation we need to have?" Ugh. I can blame all this on my dad. Anyone here get the sex talk from a parent? The birds and the bees? Anyone? Just by round of applause or anything? Yeah, not many. I'm learning that more and more. Not many people got it. I got it from my dad. He gave me the sex talk. And my dad, he had a lot of trouble talking to his kids. You know what I mean? Like, he tried, but he just had a lot of trouble talking to his kids. So when my dad gave me the sex talk, he just ended up telling me about women's periods for 2 minutes, and then he walked out of the room. Now, he didn't tell me how women's periods work, like the shedding of the uterine lining. No, he gave me slang terms for women's periods and walked out of the room. Side note, my dad's a physician. He's a medical doctor. He has told people they're going to die. Telling his son about the old birds and the bees, too much for him. This is verbatim the sex talk I got from my dad. He came into the room. I was watching the end of My Girl for the first time. I was crying my eyes out. It's just, that's not germane to the story. It's just something. Turns off the TV and he goes, all right, hey, bud, how are you? Okay, when you and your buds are hanging out in the locker room, they're gonna start talking about women's periods. And they're gonna say things like, yeah, my girl, it's her time of the month, or she's on the rag, or all right, bud, I love you, I'll see you later. What the hell did my dad think 4th grade boys were like in the locker room? You know, like after a schwitz, we're all just like snapping towels. It's like, hey, is anyone else's old lady on the rag? One 4th grader stubs out his cigar and he's just like, oh boy, let me tell you, we've been together so long I can't tell the difference. And then we all laugh, get in the Cadillac and go to the steakhouse. Because we just closed the big deal, which was a spelling test. All right, guys, my name's Tom Sibley. Thank you very much.